What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. You're watching Aviation Live. My name is Boy. It is Saturday, October 26th, 2024. Another day at Polderbaan. Arrivals. It's a bit hazy. The sun is shining already. We have reasonable good visibility on the glide slope. Transavia relocation flight coming in, arriving from Rotterdam. Relatively high humidity, beautiful to see. Airplanes with wing fluff, 40s. Firefighters already did their round, at least they're on the home stretch. Next airplane coming in is the first heavy of the show. It is a United 777. United Airlines Flight 968 arriving from San Francisco, 777-200 9 hours and 47 minutes underway. She's 25 years old. Her first flight was in April 1999. And a very good morning to everybody who has joined already. Maria, goedemorgen. And Scott, good morning. Sebastian, good morning. Rinus, YouTube fan. Sander, Matt, Marcel, good morning, one and all. Blue Storm Gaming and Planes, good morning. Now Scott already gifting a membership just now. I see that Luke was the recipient. Welcome to the Aurora Skylines, Luke. Scott, thank you so much for your generosity so early on in the stream already. Hope that Luke will say thank you for the gifted membership and enjoy the custom emojis. Good morning, Aviation Edits. Andrew, Transporter Milos, YouTube fan. Good morning, Henry. Joop, goedemorgen. Jillard, goedemorgen. Dirk on tour, good morning. Jess, good morning. YouTube, good morning. Arturzinho, bom dia, good morning. Good morning, Frank. Teti, hoi. Richard en Lucas, goedemorgen. Hadi Martijn, goedemorgen, good morning. Martin, goedemorgen. Good morning. Tuning in from Grimsby, Ontario. So up early or up late still. Arjan, goedemorgen kerel. And Scott, you're right, we will see Orange Pride today, absolutely. Thanks by Rick, good morning. Love for Aviation, goedemorgen. Blackburst, goedemorgen. Fritz, guten Morgen, herzlich willkommen. Now, check it out. We have one Heron. No, that was Steven Seagull. And check it out. Harry, you have hypnotizing Heron. Also says good morning to you all. Louis, goedemorgen. Diane, goedemorgen. Matthijs, goedemorgen. Ooh, Matthijs just got back with fresh croissants from the Brood Jeweler. The Bread Jeweler, that's a nice name for a bakery. The Bread Jeweler. Fresh croissants. Man, that sounds tempting. This is number 190 coming in from Bulgaria. It is flight 260, arriving from Belgrade. 2 hours and 5 minutes underway. The LZ Burr. The LZ Burr is 12 years old. First flight was in May 2012. Tati asks if I will be doing a live stream tomorrow as well. Unless something unforeseen happens, the answer is yes. I don't know yet where I'm going to go to though. It was said that in the morning tomorrow some droplets of rain might fall. But if all is well, I should be going out for another stream tomorrow as well. Absolutely. Joachim, guten Morgen, herzlich willkommen. Lise, also in the chat. What?
What?
What? Check it out. Guess who's back? Back again. Lisa's back. Tell a friend. 2 airplanes on the glide slope. KLM Flight 644 coming in from New York, JFK up first. 787-10 Dreamliner, and we have Air Europa with a 737 behind it. Harry is doing a low-level flyby. And touchdown. KLM Flight 644 arriving from New York, JFK. It is a 787-10 Dreamliner with wing fluff. 6 hours and 8 minutes underway. 4-year-old airplane. First flight May 2020. The PHBKA is also coming in. That's the KLM 100 years. 787-10. PHBVD is not coming in the show. Ooh, noise. The sun momentarily hiding behind clouds. Didn't even know there were clouds, but there are. And there they are. Leo, goedemorgen. YouTube, good morning. YouTube fan, good morning. Frank, good morning. Frank asks if Lisa has her bathing suit with her for a few laps in the canal. Always. She always comes prepared. Air Europa is coming in the SkyTeam livery. I did not know that they had one. So, not only does Starom have a 737 in the SkyTeam livery and KLM, but so too does Air Europa, which I didn't know. Well, we know what they look like, so it's only going to be a very subtle difference with the other airplanes in the SkyTeam livery. Hadi Danny, goedemorgen. Now, don't think we're going to see any 747s today. Just the A380, the Orange Pride and the PHBKA. We were just arriving here and we saw the Martin Air Cargo land, the MPS, PH MPS, which was supposed to be later. But instead, it arrived, I think, 45 minutes ahead of schedule or something. Just saw it roll out as we were arriving here. SkyTeam livery, not from KLM, not from Tarom, but Air Europa. I think this is a channel premiere. Now, as you guys can see, it is just a regular SkyTeam livery airplane. It is a special livery, but they all look the same. Runway configuration, the same as yesterday. Runway 24 and 18 left being used for departures. This one departing from 18 left. And center and Polderbaan used for arrivals. Looking up. The moon is out again. We can even see crater. Now, Sander, thank you so much for your super chat. 10 days of work, maybe in oncoming week. I'll come by to test new camera lens. Mate, you're always welcome. Looking forward to your arrival. A new lens. Always nice to test out new gear. Not sure what the weather is going to be like. Thought it was going to be pretty reasonable, or whiny. It's a whiny E2 Embraer 195. Now, an Embraer 175 next, and after that, Delta Flight 56 arriving from Salt Lake City, and that is an A330 Neo. Will it get loud? It sure has the potential to do so. Indeed, Frank. advantage of the weather like this is that the vodka stays nice and cool. Absolutely no need to bring a thermos. Hadi Patrick, goedemorgen. Deadman, good morning, goedemorgen. Nico, goedemorgen. SK2010, guten morgen. Dave 8010, good morning, goedemorgen. And all others who've joined in the meantime, good morning to you too. Welcome to AMS Live. My name is Boy and we are standing along the Polderbaan, which is open for how many days still? It's the 26th, right? So I thought in 2 days from now the runway is going to stay closed for at least 1.5 weeks for maintenance. I thought it was until the 6th. I saw people mentioning the 4th and also the 11th. One thing is for sure, it is going to close for at least a week and probably a bit more for maintenance. And it's going to do that pretty soon. Or at least Schiphol is going to do that pretty soon. This is KLM flight 1752, Embraer 175, coming home from Hamburg. Yummy. Hadi Infinity, goedemorgen. Lance Planes and more, good morning. Tina, goedemorgen. Ooh, Tina is in Turkey. 26C? What? That's nice. We're not jealous. Well, if the sun starts shining again, it is nice weather here today. It's not very cold. You can see contrails. Let's return to the action close by. Check it out, wing fluff and vortices. This is Delta Airlines flight 56 arriving from Salt Lake City. A couple of cyclists as well. We're not completely alone here, and the pedestrian as well, as you guys could see.
Not alone.
Hadi Hans, goedemorgen. Leen, goedemorgen. Everybody who is joining the meeting, good morning. Welcome to the show. It's time for Bulgaria Air with an A320 Bombardier C series. Meanwhile, Harry the Hypnotizing Heron over here in the water, chilling and relaxing, when a couple of guys who are up to no good started making trouble in his living area. Alright, back to the manual focus. Boom. Instant focus. There we go. So it was the 6th of November. Right, so I believe from October 28th until November 6th, then the runway is going to be closed for maintenance. No worries, that is nice. We still have plenty of runways, and the runway action is going to be taking place in a more geographically condensed area, so choose your location strategically and you'll have a lot to see. Now there's always a lot to see at Schiphol Airport, including Bulgaria Air. The LZ Long. Having returned from Sofia. The airplane is a year old, first flight July 2023. Good morning, Jose Luis. Good morning, Kelly. Martien, goedemorgen. Hey, Jane, privet. Good to see you again. I will never not sleep in on a Saturday, I guess, morning. Well, it's still early here And we have only just begun, so... Hey! Oh no! Hunters! They're back!
Happening. They got one.
Yeah, I saw it. They got one. Another group of hunters. Shots fired! Actual shots fired here.
Oh nee, er is één huis gewond. En die niet. Kijk,
We saw that last year as well. Only then they were... They had parked their cars on the cycling path over here. Actual shots fired. And it caught a pheasant, I think.
I don't know. I saw one bird.
Yeah, I see it here. They're handing it over. Yeah, not extreme for young children. Life is a bitch, and so too are hunters. SAS. The only A350 of the show coming in, Delta Airlines Flight 74, arriving from Atlanta, Georgia. Old children only, indeed, Jane. Wise words. 7 hours and 30 minutes on the way from Atlanta, Georgia to Amsterdam. A brand new airplane this is. First flight was in August 2024. Hadi Yuri, goedemorgen. Erwin, goedemorgen, good morning. Indeed, Matthijs, the bleakest place to hunt in the middle of highways and landing aircraft. Well, the sun is still being obscured by a bit of cloud. It is moving, the cloud, so the sun will return sometime soon.
Oh no, those bees, get out of here. They'll shoot you.
K3 is nicer to chase away the birds, absolutely. Hey there Dylan, good morning, good to see you again. And my name is Boy Indeed, Rosie. Got the military police also coming this way. Where's that, the regular police? No, that's the military police. Now, there's still a bit of cloud in front of the sun. Won't be for long though. It is the only bit of cloud now in the sky over here in the vicinity of the sun. Next up is KLM flight 1070 arriving from Southampton. And that is number 175. Hey Patrick, goedemorgen. Voor die fazant niet zo plezant. For the pheasant, it's not that pleasant. It also translates to English quite well. Yeah.
What do you know?
Oh, lest I forget. Of course. That one was the servant of a budum.
You see, Frank, it's not me skinny dipping in the water, but it's Harry.
Harry is skinny dipping, indeed.
No. Bikini, no. Yes. Not wearing his bikini, so it's skinny dipping.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any bikinis on Harry. Absolutely not.
No tan lines. Oh,
So the Embraer 175 on the way now for 45 minutes. About to land here, 6 years old. First flight January 2018. Croatia A319 is coming, and that's probably going to be the next airplane. Canadian bank robber, or is it a regular Air Canada? No, it is a bank robber that is also coming this way. As if we still have any money left. I guess they think that we do. Now Ilko, good morning mate. Thank you for your super chat coming in with a bang, Ilko. Hope you're doing well, mate. Oh, that must be the air inlet for the APU. All of a sudden I noticed something, but that must be the air inlet for the APU. Now the contrail relatively far away already. So we're in the top end of digital zoom now, hence the pixelation. Yeah, we can even see a couple of craters. You can actually see the movement. That's the rotation of the Earth and also of the Moon. Meanwhile, the hunters and their dogs, their bitches, are going away again. They're all bitches. Outbound traffic, Air Baltic, A320. Nicely illuminated by the sun, which is shining over there. Not yet on ground level, but soon it will return. Hey there Ed, good morning. Happy Saturday, mate. Right. Here we have two airplanes coming in. The one turning in the background is Air Canada Flight 808. That is a Canadian bank robber coming for our money, arriving from no, not from Vancouver, but Toronto. In the foreground, an A319 Croatia Airlines Flight 450 coming in from Zagreb.
But he's polite though. He asks for your money in a kind way.
Oh yeah, the Canadian bank robbers are the friendliest in the world. Very hospitable. Croatia Airlines Flight 450 in the foreground. Air Canada Flight 808 in the background. Air Canada still has its gear up. And we can see that they are extending it right now. The hatches are opening, the main gear is lowering. Things get really pixelated, particularly with light sources when I use digital zoom, so I try to refrain from using it as much as I can, but was too good to pass up on. Frank says Apu is banned from The Simpsons. APU, Apu. Oh man. Was he really?
Yeah.
Yeah? Was that not walk?
No walk.
No walk. Rinus, goedemorgen. Hey, that's interesting. Jane says that the moon passes the width of its own disk in 2 minutes. Yeah, that's quick. It's a combination of Earth rotation and movement of the moon itself. Alan also back in the chat. Good to see you. Bloody early, but what a great way to start off my Saturday. And Lisa, I hear you, LOL, he says.
I can hear you too, Alan.
Hey there, Leroy, good morning. Canal Kurdistan, good morning. Molgekoor. Martin, goedemorgen. Little butt shot? Why not? Alright, well. I hope, Lisa, that you're wearing your bulletproof vest, because the hunters are relatively close by. You better watch your mouth. Say something that they don't like.
Shoot me.
Air Canada coming in. Flight 808 with wing fluff, arriving from Toronto, Canada. 7878 Dreamliner. Still surprising that apparently hunters get permits to hunt right next to a cycling path. Ewald, goedemorgen. Thomas, good morning. Spotting Lover, good morning. Damon, good morning. Mr. Blue Sky, good morning. It is a little cold today, but we are about to start seeing the sun shining again uninterruptedly. That's going to warm up the place over here at least. As you guys can see, it is hazy. That is not because of drugs, but because of mist.
No. It's because of drugs.
Oh, it is because of drugs. Okay. I stand corrected. Shots fired. Those are literal shots fired because of hunters. They're back. Back again. Unfortunately. Coming in next is Welling, arriving from Barcelona. A321, flight 8300. 1 hour 44 minutes on the way. The airplane is 8 years old. First flight was in April 2016. Bart, goedemorgen. BR75 from Eva is underway. Still 9 hours. Don't think I'm going to be around to witness it land. Good morning, Uffel. Yeah, the sun is coming back. Back to shine again. Now, looking up the glide slope, we have 2 airplanes. A heavy being preceded by Ryanair. Now, Ryanair, dime in a dozen 737-800, you'd say, but they do tend to use their reversers, and regular 737s can get pretty darn loud if the reversers are being applied. So fingers crossed it is going to be a loud landing. Otherwise, maybe the next one will get loud, the heavy. No dice. Nope. Not lucky. Cavalcade soon, indeed, me myself, probably. Hey Michael, good to see you again, mate. Now, what do we have here? That's 2 consecutive heavies. And I thought I saw a third, but I guess I was wrong. Coming in first is KLM flight 592. That's 777-300 arriving from Johannesburg, South Africa. 10 hours and 11 minutes underway. 9-year-old airplane. First flight March 2015. Behind it is Delta Airlines flight 72. That's an A330-300. It is arriving from Atlanta, Georgia. Is the humidity relatively high? You might wonder. Why, yes it is. Check it out. Cables, wing fluff, and the sun illuminating it beautifully. Not expecting a loud landing, but it is a stunner nonetheless. Hey there, Tufik. Good morning. Good morning, Duncan. Indeed, a lovely morning over here. However, in Aberdeen, it is very cold and wet. Man, I feel for you guys. I hope you guys will start getting some better weather again as well soon. Soon as well. Still early. English is failing.
Drugs.
Drugs and more vodka is needed.
Harry is closing in.
Harry is closing in. He must think we are his lunch. Trying to sneak up on us. Going all ninja on us. Not going to give him his 15 minutes of fame just yet.
That's what he wants.
That's what he wants. That's not what he's going to get because
Aww.
we're checking out Delta Airlines first.
What?
Flight 72,
It's
arriving
a
from
bird
Atlanta,
stream.
Georgia.
It's not a birdie stream.
It's not a birdie stream. Well, mostly metal birds. Technically speaking. 7 hours and 49 minutes on the way, 17-year-old airplane, first flight January 2007. What's that? Say what? You might be right there, Alan. Are those guys with the guns also from Canada, and are they trying to steal all our pheasants? Mother pheasants. Right, KM Malta coming in next. Also coming in is a KLM 737 to Copenhagen, outbound, passing overhead soon. Sneaking up on us. What you looking at? What you looking at? Well, we can establish that the canal, at least next to the ledge, is not very deep. Okay, Malta in the meantime having arrived from Malta. Turkish A330 next to arrive. Next to arrive. A330 300 arriving from Istanbul. Mrs. Professor, good morning, good to see you again. Wolfgang, good morning, good to see you again, man. Greetings to the ground crew. Greetings from Wolfgang.
Greetings back.
Greetings back. Alan just now gifting a membership. Thank you so much for your generosity there, Alan. I see that Lady Cat was the recipient of the gifted membership. Welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, Lady Cat. Enjoy your gifted membership. Don't forget to say thank you to Alan. And don't forget to use those custom emojis. That goes for all members. Now I have a celebration later in the afternoon. One of my uncles has turned 80 earlier in the week, so I will have to go there first. Drinks and dinner. Later tonight I'm going to make polls of your submissions, your suggestions for a new custom emoji. The Chucky custom emoji with. You'll be able to cast your vote on which emoji you think would be best suited to replace the Chucky emoji with. We'll run that for another week. See whichever gets the most votes, and then I'm going to try to make a custom emoji to replace Chucky with. Chucky no longer there. The APRI has become a normal German Airways Embraer these days. Very sad. Rabatville, good morning. Graham, good morning. Maat, goedemorgen. Anja, goedemorgen. All others who have joined in the meantime, good morning. Indeed, Alan, 80, that's alive, absolutely. The thing is, they're all still very vibrant and generally healthy.
Good genes.
Probably reasonably good genes, or just luck. Well, my mom also had the same genes, and she did not make it that far, so I guess it's also a bit of luck. A 3 airplane glide slope with an A320 Neo coming in first, arriving from Birmingham. EasyJet flight 27842, followed by an Embraer 175 KLM arriving from Prague. Once again, the sun is hiding behind a cloud. That wasn't the deal. EasyJet after the next airplane. You can hear it. GE90's starting at the main platform area. Good morning, B. Goedemorgen, B. JD, good morning. Good to see you again. Who's just here to say hi and leave a like. We'll go shopping now. Have a great stream. See you later, mate. Frank says Chucky is gone. The new livery will be Rocky. Hey, that's a good one. 2 contrails. I think this is the biggest airplane. Let's see, what is it? That looks like a Qatar. Like a Qatar Dreamliner. The other one is already further away. Yeah, hard to make out any details from such a big distance. Embraer 175 in the meantime touching down, arriving from Prague. KLM flight 1352. Shot coming in. And last one is Wizz Air. Royal Jordanian. Okay, yeah, that also makes sense. That also fits the bill. Royal Jordanian. Those are lovely airplanes. I did see I think it was the E2 Embraer 195 that they have in their fleet now. In Royal Jordanian livery. Absolute stunner. This is an EasyJet A319 arriving from London Gatwick. 46 minutes on the way to get here. 16 years old. First flight February 2008. Hey Nelson, good morning. Alexander, good morning. Right, geese incoming.
Switch up. Yeah.
Have the hunters gone?
No.
They're still here? Oh, they're moving to another field, okay. Well, hopefully the geese will stay safe. Let's see, small plane, big plane coming in. Vueling first, arriving from Bilbao. That's an A320, flight 8354. 1 hour and 43 minutes on their way. 17 years old, first flight August 2007. Hey there, Jinshin. Aloha, mate. Good to see ya. Not the cleanest of airplanes, is it? Frank says, throw a candy bar in the field next to you, boy. Maybe they are bounty hunters. Man, he is on point. The man has had some coffee and is on a roll. Keep him coming, Frank. Oh man. KLM flight 741 coming in next. 787-10 Dreamliner arriving from Cartagena. 9 hours and 11 minutes on their way. The PH BKF. The airplane is 4 years old, first flight December 2019. Right, hopefully pretty soon unadulterated sunshine over here. It's just this little itty bit of cloud that is slowly progressing to the north, but only very gradually. Should also make the footage a bit more lively. Good morning, Mike Wild. Good to see you again, mate. Hope all is well. We have Tarum coming in with the 737-700, arriving from Bucharest. Next to arrive. Third airplane coming in, the field of view. A nice 3 airplane glide slope shot. Tarum flight 361 up first, arriving from Bucharest. 2 hours and 33 minutes on their way. 20-year-old airplane, first flight November 2003. The second airplane is an E2 Embraer 195 from KLM, arriving from Berlin. And the third airplane is a heavy hitter, 787-10 Dreamliner, arriving from Las Vegas. Now forming a nearly linear Nearly perfect linear glide slope, and there it is. A 3 airplane linear glide slope shot. Good morning, Nick. Nick de Klerk with CQ. That is probably Belgian. And the Kurt from Kurdistan. Good morning. Welcome, one and all. As you guys can see, we're standing at Polderbaan, which is going to close for maintenance, I think in 2 days from now. Periodic maintenance of Polderbaan. I'm expecting that runway 0927 is going to be used a bit more often now as secondary runway. So P3, McDonald's, threshold 18 left will probably become more interesting places to be spotting from. Kaagwaan as well. Small jet going out, bigger jet coming in. Can we discern any details? Is that American? Bit hard to see. Oh, combo shot with the moon? What? Let's stick around. That is going to potentially become thumbnail material. Holy shizzle. Nice. Yeah, we might have a thumbnail there. And another smaller jet, or at least seemingly smaller jet. Let's turn back in time for heavy hitters coming into Polderbaan. We have 2 back-to-back. Coming in first is KLM Flight 636 arriving from Las Vegas. It is a 787-10 Dreamliner, 9 hours underway. And it was American Airlines. Okay, thanks for the confirmation, Austrian. Herr Wolf. This airplane is 4 years old. First flight, August 2020. Good morning, Alan. Another Alan in the chat. Andy Q, good morning. Marcel, goedemorgen. Adion, goedemorgen. Coming in next, KLM 598, arriving from Cape Town, South Africa, 777-300 ER, or with another airplane in the background behind it, and that is a Dreamliner 7879 arriving from Buenos Aires. KLM 5598 arriving from Cape Town, South Africa. 10 hours, 58 minutes underway. This is the PHBVR. 8-year-old airplane. First flight May 2016. Now, Jan Janse, celebrating 3 months of membership. Thank you for the lovely streams, Jan says. Thank you for your support there, Jan. I hope you still like it in the lounge. Do let me know if something isn't to your liking anymore and let me see what I can do about it. 3 months of membership, on to many more months to come, hopefully. And if not as a member, then at least as a frequent visitor. The sun is starting to shine again over here. Let's quickly turn back for KLM flight 702, arriving from Buenos Aires, 7879 Dreamliner. There it is. Flight time 12 hours and 35 minutes. That's more than half a day, folks. In the 7879 Dreamliner. The BHC, not THC, but BHC. 9 years old, first flight October 2015. Little airplane in the background behind it. That is a narrow body BA flight 430 A319 arriving from London Heathrow. Ovix, good morning. Eddie, good morning, mate. Now, almost going green, Sander, celebrating 11 months of membership. One more to go indeed, mate. Thank you so much for your support and all the visits. Always a pleasure to have you in the stream. Hope to see you again soon with that new lens. And also, did you see how well we could see you from the E-Pier last week? Doing the airplane dance. That was Sander. If you missed it, I think it was the stream of Saturday last week or something. Sander was at work, went to the end of the E-Pier, which is where we could see him best, and he was doing an airplane dance live in the stream. BA flight 430 A319 arriving from London Heathrow on the right, and on the left KLM flight 1570 arriving from Porto in Portugal. An airplane coming in the background, that's Lufthansa flight 988 with a fourth behind it, in between. That's Air France Bombardier C series arriving from Paris. Jody, goedemorgen. Hey sweetie, good morning, tuning in from Zandvoort. Where it is nice and sunny as well. H1 Bird Van will do a cameo. For a moment I thought we were giving a wave, but that was just grabbing something, I guess. Now, Silkenator also says good morning, 1 month of membership. Thank you for your support, Silkenator. Hope always still good in the lounge. In the meantime, good morning, gentlemen.
Bonjour.
Jendrosek and Lorenzo have also arrived. Ground crew expanding. 3 airplanes on the glide slope. KLM flight 1570 arriving from Porto in Portugal. Up first, Air France Bombardier C series 300 arriving from Paris Charles de Gaulle. The number 2, Lufthansa flight 988 A321 arriving from Frankfurt. The number 3. Japanese characters. Goedenavond uit Japan. Welcome to the show.
Oh, daar.
Right, so we have another 3 airplanes on the glide slope. Nearly linear. Number 3 a bit higher.
XSL.
And in the foreground on the right we have Air France flight 1444. That's a Bombardier C-Series 300, arrival from Paris Charles de Gaulle. 47 minutes underway. The airplane is a year old, first flight January 2023.
What is that? Boy, what is this?
And good evening, John. Yumas, good morning. Bonjour baguette, indeed. Omelette du fromage. Je m'appelle Fricandel. Oui, oui, merci beaucoup. À bientôt. Parbleu. Lorenzo is also learning French. No German? Kein Deutsch? Das ist unmöglich. Das kann nicht sein. No German. Little butt shot quickly and then it is back to Lufthansa flight 988. 988 A321. Coming in from Frankfurt, 46 minutes underway. 13-year-old airplane, first flight July 2011. Now Jan Jansen wants a frikandel. You've made people at home hungry, Lorenzo.
Dan gaan we een frikandelbroodje budget voor de week.
There goes his budget for frikandel sandwiches. How can you even put that on a sandwich? You can put every snack on a sandwich. Wolfgang ist doch da. und wir sind froh, dass du dabei bist. Hey there, Lee Spenny. Good morning, good to see ya. Welcome to the show. Benji, good morning. Mr. Cole, good morning. Good to see you again, mate. And welcome all others who have joined in the meantime. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy and we are standing in a long park. I was about to say parking P3, but this is Polderbaan, another P. We did see hunters before. They now are no longer here in the immediate vicinity, luckily. The sun is out, it's still a bit hazy. It's set to become another Indian summer day here with temperatures up to 20 degrees Celsius or roughly 70 F. Ground crew is present, Lisa is here, Lorenzo and Jendrosek have arrived just now. This is Lufthansa flight 2302 arriving from Munich, A319. 20 years old, first flight February 2004. And this is Tape K. Tape K. Keeps Lufthansa away. JetBlue arrival from Boston, number 2 to arrive. Embraer 190 arrival from London City, first to arrive. In the meantime, also a big thank you to Ewald for your super chat. And he writes, hi boy, 1 year member, thanks for all the streams and keep up the good vibes. Ewald, thank you so much for your support. throughout the year. I hope you still like it in the lounge, and do let me know if something is not to your liking anymore. Hope you're going to stick around for many more months to come. If not as a member, then at least as a frequent visitor. Thank you so much for your super chat and for your support there, Ewald. Another member going green. We really have to start looking into whether or not we can get eco subsidies with so many green members. They're getting more by the day. They're growing in number. Hey Marissa, goedemorgen. Marissa says both ITA's are assigned to Polderbaan. That's beautiful. Good morning, Scott 97. Yes. The AXA, I don't know. Haven't checked. The BKA are coming. The BKA and the BVA are coming. The KLM 100 years 78710 and the Orange Prime. Whether or not we are going to see any of the A321 Neos, I don't know for sure, but last couple of weeks, each time I was streaming, we did see, I think even both. Big chance that we are going to see them. Dirkie, goedemorgen. Now, gorgeous weather over here. Contrails also nicely visible. Not long tails, but long enough for us to see the airplanes that produce them. Pity that thus far all contrails I have zoomed into were moving away or have been relatively far away. Still looking around on a regular basis to see if something interesting is coming my way. Do let me know if any 747s from Munich or Frankfurt are coming. They often do.
Amsterdam.
This is JetBlue, flight 631, arriving from Boston, Massachusetts. It's an A321 Neo. 6 hours and 8 minutes underway. The airplane is a year old. First flight September 2023. Beautiful vortices emanating from the flap tips. A321 Neo is good at producing them under the right circumstances. Ilko is asking about the camera and lens. I'm not using a separate lens, I'm using a camcorder. It is a Canon XA60. And Marissa says that the Faxa is coming in soon from Paris, flying downwind at the moment, so won't be long before the very first A321 Neo of KLM's fleet is coming. Two airplanes on the glide slope. Can we see more? Yes, there's the third one turning in. That's KM Malta turning in. Didn't we already see a KM Malta earlier? Interesting. In the middle, in the center now, is ITA flight 120. That is a Bombardier C Series 100. And here in the foreground on the far right, we have KLM flight 1930 arriving from Geneva. KLM flight 1930, arriving from Geneva, 1 hour and 13 minutes underway. 8-year-old airplane, first flight December 2015. No wavy wave, no eye contact. I only initiate a wave if I make eye contact with the first officer. If I see that they're looking ahead, I'm not even going to try. Now, as Lance rightly says, single aisle transatlantic means Q for the loo on JetBlue. Absolutely. Jabir, good morning. And all others who've joined in the meantime, good morning. Jonas, goedemorgen. KLM Orange Pride is coming, he says. Damn right. Before that, ITA Blue coming in, Bombardier C Series 100, flight 120, arriving from Milan. Flight time 1 hour and 20 minutes. It's the EIHLB. Brand new airplane, first flight December 2023.
We have a ball with ragout and we have a stick with ragout.
Okay, Malta, arriving from Malta, A320 Neo. Behind that, it is sandwiched in between both ITAs. Third airplane coming in is ITA flight 108, is arriving from Rome, and that is an A320 Neo. So this is definitely the prettiest of the two, in my humble opinion at least. A220 combined with ITA blue, beautiful. Although, Wolfgang, after you sent me that picture of the NBA special livery Emirates A380, I do believe that red engine casings would even look better. I was hesitant at first, but when Wolfgang sent me the picture of the NBA special livery of the Emirates A380, which if you haven't seen it before, Google it, it's absolutely a stunner. The blue very similar to the blue of ITA and also JetBlue's newest livery. See through those see-through engines. Mr. Hilton, good morning, Mark. Good to see you again. Hope all is well. Next to come in is KM Malta flight 394. It is an A320 Neo. Also has the registration 9H Neo. November Echo Oscar. 6 years old already. First flight May 2018 and the flight time 2 hours and 43 minutes.
Amigo! Amigo, big
Yeah, the ground crew is a little disappointed that there's no longer wing fluff visible. Obviously with the sun out. Temperatures rising, relative humidity is decreasing. As KM Malta is making a butt shot, let us turn around, have a look at ITA coming in. A320 Neo arriving from Rome, flight 108. 1 hour and 49 minutes underway, 705 nautical miles underway. It's the EIHOD, IHOD. And the IHOD is 1 year old. First flight August 2023. A big thank you to Ilko for your super sticker per character, doing a shaka sign with his hand saying cool. Thank you so much for that, Ilko, much appreciated. Let me quickly go back to the camera and follow the airplane's landing. Also good morning to Alan, who is tuning in from damp Suffolk in England. Hope you guys will get some sunshine. Yesterday it was not that great, I heard from the British viewers. Over here it's not damp, but there's definitely some moisture in the air, as you guys can see. Anyway, goedemorgen. Mr. A330, good morning. And thanks for linking the NBA A380 there, Wolfgang. DT says, hey boy, first time here, great show. I like your smooth camera operation, great to watch. I'm so happy that you know this. I do my utmost best to give you the smoothest of pans and tilts. Thank you for your kind words. Also, a big thank you for saying hi. And thanks for your kind words. If you are new to the channel, don't feel hesitant to say hi. It's not mandatory, but it is always appreciated. This looks like an A330. Hard to see what it is. It's almost directly overhead, a little bit north of me. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. There are a lot of people watching, they're all friendly. Many of them are knowledgeable. Another one of KLM's 737s, 700s in fact. Now, I'm also seeing the first airplane to center. Means that it's almost 11 o'clock. From 11 until 11:40, we usually see that parallel arrivals take place. In the meantime, Diana, thank you so much for your PayPal donation. I just received notification. And you say membership. Membership is not via PayPal. So if you want to become a member, I think it has to go via YouTube itself. Bom dia. Alles goed? Heerlijk, ja hoor. Wat een weer. Prachtig. One of the regulars here. The man is from Portugal originally, which is why I greeted him in Portuguese. Diana, als je member wil worden, dan moet dat volgens mij via YouTube. Dat werkt helaas niet via PayPal. If you want, I can send the money back if you want to become a member, because you do have to do that via YouTube and not via PayPal. Now, in the meantime, this is the first of KLM's two A321 Neos, the PHAXA, brand new airplane, first flight July 2024. It is arriving from Paris Charles de Gaulle, 43 minutes on the way. Okay, well, Diana, thank you so much then in that case for your PayPal donation just now. You shouldn't have, but you did it anyway, so thank you so much for that. J.A. Meijer, thank you so much for your kind words, who says in Dutch, good morning, and thank you for the footage time and again. And that's a belated butt shot of the PHAXA. Andy Q asks, how many languages do you speak? Well, I only speak Dutch and English reasonably well. I know a few words of German. I know a few less words in Italian and French, and even less in other languages. It is very basic all. This is KLM flight 696 arriving from Toronto, Canada. It is an A330-200, 6 hours and 28 minutes underway, the PHAOD. 18 years old, first flight April 2006. The first airplane coming into center, meanwhile passing us by a little bit further to the east. EasyJet. So reasonably good visibility all over. Also, if the A380 is arriving, which is arriving between 1 and 2, so like yesterday, expect that to go to center. Ah ja, that's true, Patrick. With Lisa I also learned some Flemish. Amai, dat is waar. Oh wel. Plezant. I now know what the parking is, and you have Antwerp itself. Everything outside of Antwerp, that's the parking. Do you live in the parking? Anyway, MB says, trouwens B staat voor Bertus mijn naam, so B is Bertus. Bertus, dankjewel, thank you for elaborating, for explaining. Right, KLM flight 696, the A330-200 arriving from Toronto. And after that we have a 737-800 arriving from London Heathrow. Hey there, Daniel. And hey there, Ole, who is tuning in from Ebeltoft, Denmark. Nice. Yes.
Wat is het verste dat een viewer vandaan kan?
What's the furthest a viewer has come from? Well, visiting, obviously Maria from New Zealand. I think that New Zealand is the furthest that you can get away from here. So everybody who is tuning in from New Zealand, that's the furthest away. Australia, yeah. All the East Coast viewers are also reasonably far away. We have some Japanese viewers here and there. But I think the furthest away, it probably has to be New Zealand. I think if you were to dig a hole and went through the core and theoretically wouldn't burn and be crushed by the pressure, you would end up somewhere between Australia and New Zealand. So that is the diametrically opposite part. Oh yeah, the Earth is flat. You're right. Don't dig a hole too deeply because you'll fall through and you'll end up in outer space.
Dat is met de meteorologische zomer. Begint op de 21ste, niet op de eerste. Ja, de meteorologische zomer.
Frank asked, wel boy, hadden al een bakken op met muizenstruntjes? Nee, nog niet. Bokken met muizenstruntjes. Nog niet, nog niet. Ah ja. Lisa is all getting fired up because of the food. She's already started eating the apple that she brought along with her. Right.
Is het zuur?
It's not even lunchtime.
It's not even lunchtime, no, exactly. Andy Q says, must go. My friend is taking me shopping. Enjoy, mate. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you in the next one. Let's have a look. There is a control passing overhead and it is moving away from the sun. So, on paper.
We zijn een uur te vroeg.
Ja, nou als het goed is komt dit nu aan toch?
Ah ja.
Die nam door.
Die nam. Ah, je center is open.
Ja, dat was hij al hoor. Je zit gewoon niet op te letten.
Ja, dan weet ik wel zeker dat hij de center waarschijnlijk gevallen.
Ja.
Air Canada? Delta? No, Air Canada. I think Air Canada is more likely. Not exactly sure what it was. It wasn't Delta because that I would have been able to read. Hey Donzelli, long time no see indeed. How's life in Denmark? EasyJet A319 arriving from Geneva in the foreground and something red in the background. Do you guys know what time it is?
11 o'clock.
Mr. A330 also has to go. Enjoy the rest of your day, mate. And thanks for stopping by. And that was Air Canada from Frankfurt to Toronto. Nice. Now, this is an EasyJet A319 arriving from Geneva. 372 nautical miles it has flown to get here. Nice, gentle touchdown. Parallel arrivals in progress now until approximately 11:40. And then from 11:40 until approximately 1 p.m. everything coming into Polderbaan again. You can see the 737 is producing some wing fluff. Boogie time it is. Navy Jack, good to see you again, mate. Hope all is well. What is coming in now? It is a nice contrast. We have something red coming in first and something yellow coming in after that. EasyJet, no, that's going to the center runway, and Delta is third. Where is it?
vakantie hebt.
Oh ja,
Het is gewoon een Miro.
vaguely visible.
Je zit 3 keer per dag kan je eten. Ja, 3 keer per dag op hetzelfde.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, members, get out your playtime emoji. It is that time again, and also make sure you have the butt shot emoji ready. You might get one. Play flight 460 arriving from Reykjavik. A320 Neo, 2 hours and 43 minutes on the way. It's the TFPPF parts per foot. No. The airplane is a year old. First flight March 2023. Peter K, good to see ya. Maria, bom dia.
Maar ook dun tegelijk.
Ja, dus het zelfs gemaakt.
Ja. Alleen deze was waarschijnlijk niet goed geweest.
Wanna play? Let's go on a play date. And here too, you can see through the see-through engines. High bypass, A320 Neos. Not as good as with, what was it, the E2? Now it's time for something yellow. Get in your kalium or potassium. Kalium Express coming in next. And also over here we have Russell. Russell going for a walk, morning walk. Having a slight nibble. Life in Denmark is great, Donzelli says, a little cold, but it is okay. How's life in the Netherlands? Well, over here it isn't very cold. Actually, expected to get almost 20 degrees Celsius over here today. Stark contrast with what we saw last year when, as of mid-October, it almost did not stop raining for 9 months uninterruptedly. Now, what hasn't yet arrived might still come. I'm hoping it's not. DHL A300 600 having arrived from Madrid. Squeakiness in the brakes. And she is 30 years old, this one. March 1994 is when this airplane first began flying. Beautiful. Now also a massive big thank you to Marco. Good morning. 10 months of membership, 2 months, and you'll be going green. In Dutch, Marco writes, good morning all and a lovely weekend to you all. Marco, thank you for your kind words. Happy weekend to you too. And thank you for your continued support as a member, 10 months. I hope still everything is good in the lounge for you. Do let me know if something isn't to your liking. Thank you so much for your support. 10 months. 2 months and you'll be green as well. Henk, goedemorgen. Henk, I think is tuning in from Hogeveen in the north of the Netherlands. And good morning to Piggy. Danny asks, no 747s today? The answer is no. Well, there is one coming in Atlas Air, but that is around 2:30 expected. I am calling it a day after the A380 has landed, which is expected around 1:30. I have to go to a party. The reception of an uncle of mine. Another uncle of mine turned 80 earlier in the week. And he is holding a reception at the end of the afternoon, which I need to attend. This is Delta Airlines Flight 162. Meanwhile, we're getting gassed over here. The A300 giving us some serious exhaust fumes. This was Delta Airlines Flight 162 having arrived from Minneapolis, Minnesota. 9-year-old airplane, first flight January 2015. Right. Looking up and around me, not a lot to see in terms of contrails. There is Aegean coming in from Athens, flight 3624, and you can see wing fluff and beautiful vortices emanating from the flap tips. Hey there Omar, good morning. Hope all doing well. Well, I for one am, absolutely. Hope you are also doing well. Next airplane coming in is KLM flight 1042. It is arrival from Birmingham, 737-800, 44 minutes underway. 4-year-old airplane, the PHBCL. First flight December 2019. Paul, goedemorgen, good morning mate. Welcome back. Hope all is well. Happy Saturday to you all. For those of you joining us just now, welcome to the show. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. You might hear ground crew in the background. That is Lise and Jendrosek and Lorenzo. We're standing at Polderbaan, which is one of 2 runways being used for arrivals right now. The second runway is runway center. And that is expected to be used as secondary runway for another half hour or so. After that, everything inbound will come to Polderbaan exclusively until approximately 1 p.m. After that, another hour of parallel arrivals. No 747s coming in today, sadly. The A380 is coming, and we are still waiting for the Orange Pride, which is underway. PHBKA, that's the 787-10 Dreamliner with a KLM 100 years on it, which is already 5 years outdated, is also expected. Diana says, keep up the good work. See you guys later. Thank you for joining, Diana. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hope to see you again in the next one. Hadi Luc, goedemorgen. Stefan, goedemorgen. It is a lovely day, isn't it? The sun briefly behind a few high clouds earlier in the morning, but already upon arrival, even though it was a bit misty, the layer was so shallow and only right above ground level. You could see right through it. You could see the blue sky above you. You could see the airplanes on the glide slope quite easily, so it only added to the atmosphere. Now, if you joined us just now, you missed hunters who were also in the field right next to us, hunting again for pheasants. They have gone now, but shots fired literally. One of the first prerequisites if you want to become a live streamer at Schiphol Airport is buy a bulletproof vest. I'm going to abort following this airplane, and I'm going to turn around the camera because we have a heavy hitter coming in. 777-300 arriving from Willemstad, Curaçao. It is KLM flight 736 on its way now for 8 hours and 33 minutes. The PHBVF, 13 years old, first flight January 2011.
Boy.
And a massive big thank you in the meantime quickly to Peter K, who just now gifted 5 memberships. Peter K, thank you so much for your generosity. You shouldn't have, but you did it anyway. I hope that the recipients will enjoy your gifted membership. And also, don't forget to use the custom emojis that you now have at your disposal. Thank you so much, Peter K, for your kindness and generosity. Ralph, goedemorgen, good morning. All other viewers. And Marissa says that the KLM 100 years is now 4th for arrival. So the PHBKA coming in first. Not sure what the ETA of the Orange Pride is, but it is also underway. And if you look closely, you can see some vortices emanating from the flap tips I'm zooming in a little bit with digital zoom so that you can also see. There's also a little bit of wing fluff.
Tussen zit en dan daar gewoon een kasteel tussen. Waar de camera staat.
Only briefly. Not all airplanes seem to be producing the wing fluff and the vortices. You can definitely see them over here. Surfaces looking, well, it's a bit shady, but they look very clean, like they almost always do. Hey Ricardo, goedemorgen, good to see you again. And good afternoon, Israeli characters. Is that Israeli? Is that yeah? Hebrew characters, yeah. That's the word I was looking for. Welcome one and all. Alenya, bom dia. Bom dia in Portuguese is exactly the same as bom dia in Curaçao, Aruba and Bonaire. Yeah, you're right. I'm not sure. Do they have Portuguese influence from historical point of view, those islands? You're the historian. I'm looking at Lisa.
What's the question?
Portuguese.
What is about what?
Do the Dutch Caribbean islands also have a history with Portuguese
Well, it's not far
having?
from Brazil, is it?
It's not.
The Portuguese have also been everywhere.
Yeah,
There.
yeah.
Could be.
Oh well. We have EasyJet coming in next, arriving from Chester. That's an A320 Neo, flight 22163 in the Neo livery. 49 minutes underway. Another airplane in the background behind it. That would be KLM flight 758. That's a 787-10 Dreamliner arriving from Panama City. And isn't that the BKA? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Boy, I got good news.
Vertel.
Ik kan weer alles live kijken tussen mijn lessen bij de middelbare.
Hey,
De
nice.
wifi doet het weer bij
The
mij.
wifi doet het. Nice. Watching the streams while in class. Perfect way to spend your day.
Tussen. Niet tijdens, anders wordt het gepakt.
So when you've reached one below.
Thank you for your super chat, Marcel. For some cola. Krijg je een cola? Cola, lekker. EasyJet A320 Neo coming in from Chester. KLM flight 758 in the background. Well, there it is. And we have a third airplane turning in. That is also a heavy. Yeah, we can see it. That is a 777-200 arriving from Vancouver. Howdy Lars, goedemorgen. What did you miss? Well, you missed Hunters. The Hindenburg, yeah. The Hindenburg. Well, there was a beautiful contrail that passed by right next to the moon, not directly in front of it, sadly, but mighty damn close. I think that might become a nice thumbnail. Although I'm not sure if I have the time for it today. Busy schedule today. Two heavies coming in next. First one being KLM flight 758 arriving from Panama City, 787-10 Dreamliner. Now also a big thank you for your super chat, Paul, and also Stefan, thank you both for your super chats. Next to come in, KLM flight 758 arriving from Panama City. It is the KLM Dreamliner in the 100 years livery. 9 hours and 25 minutes underway. The PHBKA, it is 5 years old. First flight June 2019. Yo, 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 it is just plain nuts. Also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Hope all is well. KLM PHBKA, the 100 years livery, already outdated. Yeah, and brush your teeth, ladies and gentlemen. Courtesy of the PHBKA. Absolutely 100% there. Now, let's quickly turn back. KLM flight 682 next to arrive, coming in from Vancouver, Canada. 777-200. The airplane behind it is Air Canada flight 900, and we have a Chinese triple that is going to the wrong runway, to center. In the meantime, also a massive big thank you to Flores70 for your super chat. Lekker vliegen, which translates to nicely flying. Flying nicely. Not the best literal. It's not. It's a literal translation. It means like nice, flying nice. Yeah, more or less. Thank you so much, Flores. Lekker vliegen indeed. Right, it is heavies time with a 777-200 in the foreground. We have an Air Canada 7879 Dreamliner behind it, and third to arrive and turning in, and I think, yeah, there it is. That's the second A300-600 DHL. See that Shrubshe's mom is also back in the chat. Lovely name. Indochine Lover is tuning in from ORD. Good morning. Here's the Canadian Dreamliner coming in and flying parallel to it, a Chinese triple. This is Air Canada flight 900, 7879 Dreamliner arriving from Montreal. 5 hours and 44 minutes underway. The airplane is 8 years old. Its first flight was in April 2016. DHL A300, 600 in the background behind it. We already saw the one coming in from Madrid, so this one is coming in from Celiac City, aka Luton. Look away if you are gluten intolerant, it might give you the cramps. Ilko, thank you for your super chat. Ilko asks a question. Which airplane do you think is the prettiest yourself? That's a good question. One of my all-time favorites must be the 747-400, the Queen of the Skies. Now, looking at modern day airplanes, I think the A350 is very pretty, and I also like the A220. Air Canada flight 900, arriving from Montreal, or Montreal as it's called in English. It looked a bit worn, that logo. Sniffing the maple syrup because of the white tip nose. Now, in the meantime, Chinese triple is coming in, arriving from Shanghai, going to the center runway, Air China Cargo. Interestingly, Air China Cargo AMS office was in the live chat the other day, I think last week. And they said maybe they'll return with the 747s. So fingers crossed that that is going to come true. Air China Cargo flight 1033 arriving from Shanghai, going to center. A little bit of wing fluff over the top foil. In the meantime, the A300 from DHL, the second is coming, so let's turn around. Elvin, what up, mate? What the fudge? Elvin back in the house, what a time. 747, Frank says. Who knows? Would be nice if they returned with it. Next up, the DHL A300-600 arrived from Luton. 40 minutes on the way, that's par for the course. This airplane is 33 years old, ladies and gentlemen. First flight was in January 1991. I was in the 6th grade of elementary school, fifth grade. I think I still had 3 more years to go before going to middle school / high school. So I was still learning English, Dutch, math and whatnot. What were you guys doing? Now, Ilko, once again, a big thank you for your super chat. What is the most special plane you have ever spotted? It wasn't while spotting actively, but I did one time see Concorde passing overhead. I was still young. I was still a young boy and Concorde was passing over our house. It landed at Schiphol and was leaving again. It made a hell of a lot of noise. It was a very brief moment that it passed by and it was gone in before I knew it, but it was a beautiful sight to see. Such a sleek aerodynamic airplane. That must be the most special spot that I saw ever before. Now, also Ilko, thank you so much for your gifted membership. Anja, the recipient. Welcome to the Skylines, Anja. Don't forget to use the custom emojis. And don't forget to say thank you to Ilko. Ilko, thank you so much for your kindness, mate. And welcome, Anja. Just Play Nuts was at university in Boston back in 1991. I guess Russell wasn't even born yet. Huh? What? And thank you for your kind words. Indochine lover, you are so informative. Guess everybody in the chat is. We have a community of very friendly people, knowledgeable people. If you're new to the channel, feel free to say hi. It's not mandatory, but it's always appreciated. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Many people are watching. And like I said before, they're all friendly and many of them are knowledgeable. What's this? It's another control coming this way. Embraers landing in the meantime. Peter K saw an Airbus Beluga once. Well, we also have seen that in real life in the stream now 2 times, I think. Flying in the distance, only overhead. And of course there was a Beluga at Schiphol. Almost forgot. Indeed, QJ, where we sent the bosses to Boston. How about a bit more digital zoom? See if we can spot some more details. Let me flip around my camera screen so that I can follow the airplane a bit better. Almost looks like that Air India A350, doesn't it? Which we've spotted several times before. Oh, let's see. If it is Air India, it should say so. It does look like an A350, doesn't it? I think this is Air India on its way to Heathrow. Don't tell me we're missing Captain Wheelie now. Uh-oh. That was a long wheelie, wasn't it? Oh dear. Air India 777, Wolfgang says. I think you guys just missed a substantial wheelie which might have been Captain Wheelie. Yeah. Finally seen some contrails, and then you're missing the one Embraer that you don't want to miss. E2 Embraer 195 is arriving from Brussels. Coming in next, KLM flight 1704. Hey, fijne dag. Dankjewel. Doei doei. E2 Embraer 195, arriving from Brussels, 88 nautical miles, the journey. With a no reverse to landing. Meanwhile, a massive big thank you to Colin, who just became our latest Aurora Skylines member. Thank you so much for choosing AMS Live, Colin. Hope you will like it in the lounge. Let me know if something is not to your liking, but thank you so much for choosing AMS Live just now. Right, let's turn back. We have an Embraer 190 coming in next, arriving from Nice, which is nice. KLM flight 1474. Embraer 190, 1 hour and 36 minutes underway. The airplane is 6 years old. It's the PHEXY. First flight February 2018. Parallel arrivals still in progress for another 10 minutes or so. Lux Bro tuning in from Melbourne. Good evening, mate. Welcome back. Hope all is well. Hope you've had a good day. And Andre, good morning. Not sure if I said hi already. Embraer, such a rare one. Indeed it is. Another rare Embraer coming in next. Let's see what else is in the pipeline. Next to Polderbound is going to be KLM flight 604, arriving from LAX. That's a 777-200. Austrian is coming in next to center. That is flight 379, arriving from Vienna. Will it also have the word Wolf on it, like it should? Let's have a look. Now, talking about maintaining a high pitch. Did Captain Wheelie do a go around, and is this the repeat? It sure looks like it. Wheelie competition day, absolutely. Not Captain Wheelie length, but coming close, coming close. Now Alvin, also a big thank you for your super sticker. Pair character punching the air with fist and bump written on his knuckles. You know you shouldn't, but thank you anyway. I know there's no stopping you if you want to. You still will. Oh, tuurlijk. Ja, kom gerust. In the meantime, Austrian flight 379 coming in from Vienna. Hoe wil je dit doen?
Eerst met haar. Je kent mijn naam waarschijnlijk.
Vertel. Lance Planes or More, precies. Ik heb eindelijk een gezicht bij de naam. Leuk, top man. Ja, hey man, leuk je te ontmoeten. Aangenaam. Lance Plane and More also here. And the live chat also on. Leuk. Hey jongens, fijne dag. Lance Plane and More and his daughter also arriving on the scene. Going for some spotting themselves as well. Also brought some camping seats. I thought I recognized the design. Tripod with them. Absolutely terrific. That's also quality time with your daughter. Going spotting. Embraer 175 arrived from Frankfurt, which I'm going to skip because a heavy hitter is coming in to Polderbaan. Here it is, KLM Flight 604, arriving from LAX, 777-200 9 hours and 36 minutes underway. It's the PHBQC. The airplane is 20 years old, first flight November 2003. And Kelly says, got to go, long drive to North Wales. Stay safe all soon. Kelly, enjoy your drive, be safe. Hope to see you in the next one, or if not, then at least again soon. Menno asks if I'm going to stick around for the A380, and I definitely am. That is probably going to be the last airplane of the day, unless something interesting is coming right after it. Won't be able to stay much longer than after the A380. But I am absolutely going to stick around for it. Bertus, hooggeachte meneertje Jochie, oftewel boy, evenals uw waarde metgezel, aan u beiden mijn diepste dank voor de wonderbaarlijke ervaring die ons samen via de ether heeft vergezeld. Such nice words. Thank you so much for your kind words. That is really hard to translate because it's fancy schmancy Dutch. Literary Dutch. Menno hopes for the Polderbaan. Don't get your hopes up too high, Menno. The ETA is between 1 and 2 p.m. and between 1 and 2, 2 runways are open for arrivals. The center runway being the second one. It's more than likely going to go there. Now, Vinny TV Adventures also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. And coming in with acceleration. 9 months of membership. De stream, help tegen de pijn, bezig met nierstenen. Oeh. Kidney stones, those can be a bitch in terms of pain. Kidney stones. Hope you'll pass them quickly and hopefully they won't come back. Now, Transavia next. 737-800 arriving from Ibiza. Filled with party people. Probably also other people. No. Another airplane in the background. That's KLM Embraer 190. It's all 737s and Embraers for the time being. KLM A330 arriving from Brussels, and that is probably going to land on runway 22. Yeah, looks like a short final to runway 22. And Menno is asking about how to reach the end of Zwanenburgbaan. That is very easy. You have to find the Hoofdvaart. That's the canal that is dividing the Haarlemmermeer. And if you stay on the east side of it, you will reach a crossing with a street that is called 2000L. And right before it, there's a bit of pavement, a bit of asphalt where you can park your car. There's also a bicycle path right next to it. I think even on Google Maps it's indicated at Spottersplaats Zwanenburgbaan. You can find it. If you are going there, the A380 will pass right over you on a very low altitude. Spottersguide.net, Jendrosik says. Alan has to go. He says, catch you later, legend and crew. Look after each other and have a great day. Bye, Lise, sweetheart.
Bye, darling.
Bye, darling, she says. Alan, thank you for joining, mate. Hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Right. Embraer 190 coming to this center runway, arriving from Aalborg. Embraer 190 arriving from Bas Hel, coming in on Polderbaan. The airplane behind it is an EasyJet A319 arriving from Bristol. This is KLM flight 1944. It is a German Airways, and it is the airplane formerly known as Truckee, the DAPRI. 1 hour and 3 minutes underway. And we know that the first flight of this airplane was in January 2008, making it 16 years old. The airplane, formerly known as Truckee, no longer chocolate treats on its livery, on its fuselage. Dechucked. No more bonbons. No more bits of chocolate with nuts on them. Where's the chocolate cake that used to be here? I can still see it in my imagination. Well, this is what the current status quo looks like. The sun not very high above the horizon anymore this time of year. This is looking to the south. This is looking to the west. This is looking to the east. And this is looking to the north. Wind on the scale of chimney smoke looks like so. It's been a while since we last updated the meter. Let's do that right away. Probably KVK in the meantime. Still indicating fog and whatnot. Let's do a refresh and see what's cooking. Wind is blowing from the east, southeast. Handful of knots, just 4 knots, 204. It is KVK in the meantime. That means that the lower 5,000 feet surrounding the airport are free of impediments of visibility or any precipitation. I'm also copying it so that I can paste it in the ticker. The wind direction is variable between 090 and 150. The air temperature is 16 degrees Celsius, that's just above 60 degrees Fahrenheit. The dew point is 14 degrees C. The air pressure is 1017 hectopascals and no significant changes in the upcoming 2 hours are expected. Current runway configuration for another few more minutes. Parallel arrivals. Pretty soon the center is going to close again and this runway will reopen for 2 outbound runways and just Polderbaan for inbound. We are standing over here. And let's have a look at the incoming airplanes. KLM Orange Pride is flying between south of Ireland and west of United Kingdom. Coming in expected 12:37 and the Emirates A380 is flying into Croatia, expected 1:18 p.m. local time. We're sticking around until the A380 has landed. Quick paste of the meter into the ticker and then it is back to the camera controls. There we go. Coming in next is Eastern Airways, aka Britty Hopper, arriving from Humberside, flying for KLM, flight 972. It's an Embraer 190, 41 minutes underway. Embraer 190 long range, 17 years old, first flight somewhere in 2007. Bless you whoever sneezed then, Tom says. I think it was Jen Drusek. I think the second A321 Neo of KLM is the last airplane to center. We already saw the PHAXA. This has to be the PHAXB. KLM flight 1268, A321 Neo. The airplane is an hour underway. First flight September 2024. Brand new airplane, obviously. A321 Neo's time. Here we have one of Transavia's. Flight 6224, arriving from Malaga. PHYHY. Right. Next up, EasyJet A320 Neo, arriving from Nice, which is nice. 1 hour and 33 minutes underway, the OELSP. The airplane is a year old. First flight December 2022, so it's almost turning 2. And it's not the last airplane to the center runway that we saw just now. Those bastards are sending an A330 arriving from Bonaire. No bon dia. That is absolute BS. Why would they do this? The airplane is arriving from the west. And a little butch at the boot. The airplane that got away. KLM flight 767 arriving from Bonaire, and for some reason has been assigned to center. And it's not the only one. Or is it? Looks like there's also an Embraer arriving from Berlin that is still going to the center runway. I have to say, I'm a bit surprised by it, since it is now 11:47. Meanwhile, this airplane has been flying for 8 hours and 47 minutes. It's fake. Nah, that's impossible to read. The airplane is 11 years old, first flight January 2013. Aviation, good morning. E2 Embraer just now landed here. Right, Transavia flight 5632 up next. Arriving from Palma de Mallorca.
Ik bedoel maar... Waarom nemen vrouwen...
Let's see.
Nou ja, omdat ze niet 35 kinderen willen.
And Brad from Newcastle as well, Marissa says. Yeah, I see it. Well, interesting. Narrow bodies, but a bit of a shame about the A330. That's the only airplane I would have loved to see land over here. Those narrow bodies, It's not that we haven't seen enough narrow bodies going to Polderbaan already. Transavia flight 5632 up next. Transavia flight 6918 behind it. 2 consecutive 737-800s. After that, it is time for another Delta A330, which always has the potential to get loud. Flight 164, arriving from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Right, so German Airways going to center, surprisingly. Transavia flight 6918 arriving from Olbia up first. Delta Airlines flight 164 arriving from Minneapolis, Minnesota up next. Let's see what else is coming in. Ooh, Emirates Sky Cargo arriving from Aguadilla is flying base and is expected to be number 4 for arrival. And number 3 is a Britty Hopper, Embraer 190 arriving from Teesside or Darlington. So it's a nice mix of narrow bodies and wide bodies. Not just one after the other. Right, this 737-800 has been flying 1 hour and 57 minutes to get home from Olbia, the HZO, 17 years old, first flight April 2007. How do those flap surfaces look? Reasonably clean, reasonably clean. Right, this has to be the last airplane going to center then. Another itty bitty shitty Embraer. Next up, Delta Airlines flight 164 arriving from Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is 7 hours and 15 minutes on the way. 7 years old, first flight January 2017. That's a lot of 7s. Britty Hopper behind it, Embraer 190 arriving from Teesside / Darlington. Meanwhile, a sip of vodka to stay properly hydrated. It's warming up here with the sun now shining without any clouds in front of it. Hardly any wind. Flock of birds in the background or probably in the foreground. Frank says, boy guarding the swimmers in the canal would be boy watch. Oh man. Now, will this airplane get loud? We haven't had a lot of loud landings yet today. A few wheelies though. This one is not joining the wheelie competition. Oh yeah. Yeah, indeed. It was more for the show than for anything else. Oh yeah, that's yeah. Like a mandatory drill. Yeah, we've seen and heard better. Now, maybe the number 2, now visible already, might do better. We have an Eastern Airways Embraer 190 arriving from Darlington / Teesside. Coming in first, that's a Britty Hopper, flying on behalf of KLM, flight 964. The airplane in the background, number 2, now on the left hand side, is Emirates Sky Cargo, flight 9914, arriving from Aguadilla. That's a 777 freighter. Does have the potential to get loud. After the Emirates, it is time for Embraers once more. Embraer 175, Embraer 190, Iceland Air also coming with their MAX 8. Bom dia Marinha, up early, almost 7 AM. So this is an Embraer 190 coming in from Teesside, flying on behalf of KLM, flight 964. 49 minutes underway, Embraer 190 long range, 15 years old. The CLU. See you later. First flight somewhere in 2009. Flight radar doesn't specify the month. $4,600. Was that a subliminal message to us? Probably not. Britty Hopper indeed, Frank. Time for Emirates Sky Cargo, and it is a 777 arriving from Aguadilla. Flight 9914, 7 hours and 38 minutes underway. The A6EFM. Echo Foxtrot Mike, 11 years old, first flight October 2013. Also looking around me, and there is a little control coming this way. Looks like it is coming from Frankfurt or Munich, but it doesn't look like a quad squad member, so... Right, here it is, the 777 freighter arriving from Aguadilla, Emirates Sky Cargo. Will it get loud then? Fingers crossed. And let's listen. Sadly, no reversers, no nothing. Boo indeed, Marissa. H-Man still thinks it's an 8 out of 10. I like your optimism. Now this is the control I was referring to just now. Not sure what we can see of it over here. I think the vicinity of the sun is too... It's too close by. It has to move away from the sun, at least in the sky over here, more before we can start seeing more details. It will be passing just south of me, still a little bit southeast by the looks of it. Is that spiderweb wire over here? Oh yeah, it was a little small spiders everywhere. Interestingly, they always seem to find my camera and mic and start making webs. Now not so much anymore. Right. We have two airplanes on the glide slope. These are Embraer 190 and Embraer 175 respectively, both KLMs. The former on the right arriving from London City, the latter in the background arriving from Cardiff. KLM flight 984 is what we are now looking at. It is arriving from London City, 41 minutes underway. The airplane is 14 years old. Its first flight was in March 2010. Hey, Carbike Paradise also back in the chat. No need to apologize. Better late than never. It's using the reversers. Redemption for those heavy hitters that did not use their reversers. KLM did. KLM used the reversers. It is. And a little butt shot to boot. Now, next up will be an Embraer 175. You guys are going. He wants to clean up his room. Lorenzo, the perfect son. He's having a fever. Yeah, he's delusional. Oh man. Well, yeah, thank you guys for joining. Always a pleasure. Enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy the weekend. See you in the next one, guys. Jindrosek and Lorenzo once again leaving on their way. Bye bye.
I won't leave you though, boy.
You won't leave me. Oh, thank you so much.
I will never leave.
Oh.
Until I have to go back to Belgium.
Until you have to go back to Belgium. Now, next up is KLM flight 1088. It is number 175, arrival for Cardiff, 305 nautical miles. It has journeyed. 6 years old, first flight January 2018. Anybody home? We're all focused at the job at hand. And rightly so. Frank says cleaning his room. Yeah, right. Hiding the firework, I guess. Wolfgang says Lisa, the resident DJ of AMS. Hey, you know it. Spin us a little tune, why don't you?
Mixing table.
Next to come in is Iceland Air flight 506. It is a MAX 8 arrival from Reykjavik. Has a yellow stripe on the tail. 2 hours and 36 minutes on the way. It's the TFICG. Well, I don't see the G yet, but this airplane is 6 years old. First flight August 2018. Teun also back in the chat. Good to see you, Teun. Now, where did that airplane go? There it is. Now, it is 12:02. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. As you guys can see, the haziness is slowly but surely disappearing. Visibility in the sky still very good. Contrails visible here and there. Bit more cloudiness over to the west at sea, but not so much land inward. Although, no, I was wrong. Also, looking further to the east, towards the horizon, you can see it. There's not a lot of wind. The water is more like a mirror than like somewhere you could surf on. The wind on the scale of chimney smoke also indicating this. There's a moment where we don't have any airplanes incoming, although the next two airplanes are already coming. It's KLM flight 1830 arriving from Stuttgart, and also the Corendon A350 is coming. I thought I said initially that the Delta was the only A350 of the show, but this one was the second one. I forgot there were two. Are there more heavies coming? Not straight away. Where is the Orange Pride? Surely it can't be too far away. Orange Pride ETA 1240. Ah, okay, so still further out than I thought it was. I think I have the airplane arriving from Stuttgart. There it is, it's turning in. KLM flight 1830, Embraer 190 arriving from Stuttgart. Hadi Clementia, goedemiddag. Frank says, I'm such a wild pilot. My company would be called Gasp for Air. Oh man. Gasp for Air. Now, according to flight radar, the A350 should not be too far behind it. Should be turning in from the left. Question always is, where is it? According to flight radar, it should almost be on the glide slope. No, not seeing it. Oh wait, it was a bit higher. There you go, A350, Corendon coming in. Just plain nuts, you just used his keurig coffee maker. Keurig is Dutch for neat. Neatly done, keurig gedaan. Chirp chirp. Chirping birds passing overhead. Not exactly sure what they are. They were making a very specific noise. Maybe somebody who recognizes the sounds. Hey there, Jin. Good to see you again, mate. Hope all is well. No reversal landing. You guys can see it. The slots stay shut. Frank says Volvo is Swedish for I roll. I thought it was Latin for I roll. Volvere. Next up is Corendon Airlines World to Fly, flight 598. It is the A350 that is flying between Willemstad, Curaçao and Amsterdam. Today the flight time thus far 8 hours and 51 minutes. It's the ECNZF. The airplane is a year old. Its first flight was in May 2023. Now, there's number 190 behind it. You can see it at its 8 and 9 o'clock. That is number 190 arriving from Leeds, German Airways. And the third airplane is flying base, flying towards the glide slope. That is a 737 from KLM, arriving from Paris-Charles de Gaulle. A380. Would use the reversers? More likely than not, no. But you never know for sure. Let's look and listen. Come on, surprise us. No dice. Howdy Roy, goedemiddag. Good to see you, mate. Hope all is well. Smooth indeed, Alvin. Smooth indeed. Smooth operator. No more than that. Don't want to get demonetized. Two airplanes coming this way. Both KLM, one arriving from Leeds, the other from Paris. One a German Airways, the other an actual KLM. More narrow bodies are coming in. Third airplane to turn in is a KLM 737-700. The next airplane after that, Shamrock, arriving from Dublin, Ireland. Johan says Delta Airbus A380 ETA 1222 from Seattle. So 10 more minutes before the next heavy is coming. Overhead traffic passing by, you might pick it up on the mic. And here we have German Airways flying on behalf of KLM, arriving from Leeds. KLM flight 1020, its flight number. The airplane is 15 years old, first flight somewhere in 2009, flight time 49 minutes. Anybody home? Not today. No message for the viewers of AMS Live, sadly. First officers flying on Embraers for KLM. I'm still challenging you. Write a message to the AMS Live audience and put it behind the sun screen. You guys can see I can zoom in far enough so that we can read your message. You'll also earn a dedicated separate video when you do. Now the next airplane that we see is KLM flight 1406, arriving from Paris Charles de Gaulle, 737-800, 44 minutes the flight time, the PHBGC, 16 years old, first flight May 2008. The airplane behind it is a KLM 737-700, arriving from Milan. Maria has to go. Sleep well. Thank you for joining, Maria. See you in the next one. H-Man says you should be offended the pilot put the screen. Yeah, don't think it's personal. They probably were busy and did not. They forgot to put it back. Oh, A350 coming in. That is Finnair going to bloody Helsinki. Incoming but outgoing. Finnair A350 to bloody Helsinki. New airplane coming in the background. That would be, I think, a Turkish A321. This is KLM flight 1614, arriving from Milan, 737-700. PHBGG, 15 years old, first flight March 2009. Reversing. Albeit briefly. Clementia asks what is going to happen with Polderbaan. I think
We're gonna blow it up.
yeah, they're going to blow it up. Indeed, Lisa. It's probably going to be mentioned, yeah, October 28th until November 6th. Repairs, cleaning, mowing the lawn. They're also nicely telling what is going to happen if you go to bezoekbas.nl. I think this also has this website has an English version, but if it doesn't, Google Translate works a treat. Okay, Frits has to go. So tjus, bis nächste Mal. Thank you for joining. Vielen Dank. Und bis die nächste Mal. Wiedersehen, Frits. Erlingus, Shamrock, arriving from Dublin, Ireland. Ides. Not Hades, but 80s. Alrighty, glide slope shot of 3 airplanes. Transavia coming in from Corfu. Turkish A321 arriving from Istanbul. Is that the same? Yeah, that's the BBN. Well, it's not the same BBN cargo that we saw yesterday. It had a logo, but it is BBN cargo. And the third airplane is the Delta A330 Neo coming in from Seattle, which was announced a couple of minutes ago. Man, just loose spiderweb wires everywhere. Guess spider season has begun again. Indian summer day and spiders have returned. Next up, BBN Cargo with a Turkish flight number. It's an all-white airplane. It's a cargo A321 arriving from Istanbul. 2 hours and 54 minutes on the way. The TCGCB. Talking about a mouthful. Try saying that a couple of times really rapidly. TCGCB, that's a tongue breaker. 25-year-old airplane, first flight September 1999. I'm not taking you to the emergency center if you break your tongue, Lisa. Be careful. 25-year-old airplane, first flight September 1999. 9. Right, Vinny has to go to the hospital. Take care, man. I hope you'll get rid of these stones quickly. All the best. See you later, man. A little bit of reversers being applied. Hey, check it out. We have a contrail passing almost in the zenith. I think it is Lufty. A321 or something? A320 family member. That's what it looked like the most. Time for Delta's A330 Neo, flight 144, arriving from Seattle, Washington. Will it get loud? Just a little bit. Daniel has to go. Thank you for joining, mate. See you in the next one. Hopefully. Man, it's getting warm here. I'm wearing a parka, but I'm actually getting quite warm here. Let me see if I can pull my wire through a loop of my jacket. Let me see if I can get the DJI mic through it. I think I did. There we go. Standing here in my in my sweater. With the sleeves rolled up a little bit. That's how warm it is. Hendrik, goedemiddag, good afternoon. Roberto and Hendrik, good to see you both. Hope all is well. Now look away if you are gluten intolerant. This airplane is coming in from Celiac City and will give you the cramps if you are gluten intolerant. Flight 22515, an A319 EasyJet, 190 nautical miles. It has journeyed. 16 years old. Guess the take care of the lid. Screw you, Wolfgang. I already thought I took precautionary measures by disabling the hibernation setting so that when the lid closes the laptop continues working, but that stupid software still closes the stream. Yeah, that's a one-off mistake. I only had to take the wire of my microphone through a loop of my jacket that I put it through so that it doesn't get in the way and I'm not accidentally pulling out a cable out of a DJI mic receiver. The ijsmuts was left at home, Frank. Already foresaw that it wasn't going to be necessary. Just wearing a regular cap now. And nothing but jeans and sweater. Now the cap I still need. It's protecting my head and also has the mic on it. Next up is Air Transat A321 Neo, flight 376, arrival from Toronto, Canada. 6 hours and 32 minutes underway, brand new airplane, first flight May 2024. Alvin asks about the little charging hack. No, unfortunately I was wrong, mate. Turns out that when the DJI receiver is full and you attach a USB-C cable to it, it doesn't necessarily immediately start charging. Once the battery was a little depleted, and in the field out here it happened within 5 minutes, people were starting to notice a interference signal, and I already knew immediately the hack apparently doesn't work, but the reason why it seems to work . Transat wearing a sticker of Montreal or something, but it wasn't, well, the picture does depict it, but it wasn't mentioned anywhere. CF Montreal. So, turns out that it doesn't matter if you have USB-C to USB-C or USB-C to USB-A cable. As soon as the battery is starting to deplete and the wire actually has to charge the battery, you'll start hearing the interference. So unfortunately it doesn't work. The only thing that will work is buying a new battery with more capacity if possible, because it is a very tiny battery and has to fit in the case. So probably stuck with just buying a new battery sometime soon. I already sourced one. Haven't pulled the trigger yet because it is still working decently. I only needed to recharge it the other day after 4 hours and 15 or so minutes.
Just Play Nuts is asking where his dollar bills are because he's wondering if you're going to perform in front of the camera.
What did you have in mind then? An airplane dance or something? Yeah, indeed, Alvin, it is a shame Now I've also been eyeing a more expensive Sennheiser UHF system that will probably be even better, but that's more professional level. That can use AA batteries. Should last longer. Then again, I think I have got the DJI mic working now, that I know its quirks and features, so to speak, so that I know what I need to adjust and what I need to do to get a good signal. I think I'm reasonably happy with what it has been doing lately. The only thing I noticed last couple of times when I was at P3 and the wind was blowing towards us, it amplifies the ambient volume so much that it sometimes becomes overpowering. So maybe I need to lower, maybe the only thing that can improve on some streams is the balance between the voiceover volume and the ambient volume. But the DJI mic itself, when it comes to the voiceover, I think is pretty spot on now. So if they broke, don't fix it. And if you can get away with just buying a $20 or so /euro replacement battery and you're good for another year, or maybe another one if the receivers, the transmitters might also need a new battery. They use the same battery. Now have a look. Airplane passing overhead but not producing a contrail. I was hearing it. But it is a big mofo, so still pretty easy to see. Where is it now? There it is. Is that not DHL? What's the other one? That's that cargo. Bit of yellow. Oh, come on. What's that called? Come on. Which one is that? Oh, Hainan Airlines, Marissa says. 787 from Brussels to Shanghai. Right, it's 12:30. The Orange Pride should be coming in pretty soon. I think I even see it on Flight Radar already, flying base. No. That's not it yet. Absolutely, Frank. At least stay safe when charging lithium ion or lithium, what's the PO again? LiPo battery packs. They can catch fire easily. Absolutely. Was on the news earlier in the week as well. Fires by batteries that have caught fire. The DJI mic comes with a case, a charging case, so when you put the receiver and the transmitters back into the case, it already starts charging them. Polymer, indeed. Indeed, Joven. Orange Pride in 9 minutes. You can quite clearly hear the sound of an airplane taking off. Orange Pride is almost approaching the coast. Now in the meantime, there is a lot to see at Schiphol Airport. Here we have one that is arriving from Warsaw, an Embraer 175 flight 263. We have a KLM 777-300ER behind it, coming in from Atlanta, Georgia. KLM 737-700 arriving from Bergen should be somewhere behind the airplanes. Yep, forming a 3-airplane nearly perfectly linear glide slope shot. I think that the airplane that we just now heard in the distance was Garuda Indonesia, which is, I see, just left, going back to Jakarta. This is lot flight 263, Embraer 175, arriving from Warsaw. Embraer 175, 18 years old, first flight April 2006. Are they entering the wheelie competition? Maybe, but if they did, they're not going to win it. Still a very polished landing. Let's turn back. Wide body coming in. Narrow body behind it. Wide body is KLM flight 622, 777-300. It's the PHB VW. 7 hours and 24 minutes underway. It's a 3-year-old airplane. Had its first flight in January 2021. And I see that the subject in the chat is once again Volvos. Seems to be a recurring theme together with food and drinks. Speaking about drinks, I think I'll have a sip of vodka after this landing. Oh, nice. Flap surfaces, squeaky clean, as always. Just beautiful. Put it in the suggestions, Alvin. How about a Volvo emoji? Sure, why not? If you guys voted as the most popular one, why not? I'll happily oblige. It's your call. You guys as members, you can cast your vote. Now, I hope I'll make it to make the polls today. If not, then I'll do it tomorrow, but I'll strive to do it today. The reception will probably finish at the beginning of the evening, so hopefully later this evening I will have time to do so. Embraer 190 outbound is passing us by, and in the meantime KLM flight 1164 is what we are honing in at. Honing in at? Is that properly? No. Honing in. We're honing in on KLM flight 1164. 737-700 returning from Bergen. 1 hour and 23 minutes on the way. 123. Easy as 123. Orange Pride now second for arrival. Marissa says, thank you for keeping us informed. Airplane 13 years old. First flight May 2011. Orange Pride. Coming in next. Very floaty. Lovely. Pretty sure that the passengers on board hardly felt their landing. Main gear touched down so gentle, so gently. Joven also informing us that a 767-300ER is coming from Iceland Air in 10 minutes. And what's this? It looks a bit orangey. Could it be? Surely it isn't. Oh my god.
It's gonna be a Dutchman.
It's going to be orange pretty soon. It's the Donald of airplanes. All orangey.
No, please stay away. Don't come here.
My flights are the best. I have the best flights in the world. No flights, no flights are better than mine.
My plane is the best.
Now, before going to something orange, let's also have a look at something yellow. It is an ambulance.
Oh.
Not using the sirens, so it's not in a hurry. The hunters also no longer here, luckily. Once again, shots were fired here, literal shots. This is KLM flight 744. It's the PHBVA Orange Pride. It is returning from Lima in Peru. 11 hours and 51 minutes underway. The PHBVA is 16 years old. Most of us will know by now. The first flight of this airplane was in January 2008. Just as old as that other airplane that we cannot name anymore, that passed away, is no longer here. We did see it already. Dapri. The Dapri. Marissa says from a distance it looks a bit like a big playtime. Yeah. Playtime. Come play with me. Yeah, these are magnified pixels with digital zoom. This is back to the top end of optical zoom. Now, particularly with light sources, you can see the blown up pixels. Have to be cautious when using it. Frank says there should be a Belgian Pride too.
I am the Belgian Pride.
Oh, the Belgian Pride is sitting right behind me already. Duh. Duh. Excuse you. There was the KLM Orange Pride. Now, one Quad Squad member still remaining in today's stream, and that is the Emirates A380. I think it was expected in 40 minutes from now, approximately. 20 minutes past 1. The next airplane coming into Polderbaan is going to be the trash airplane, Transavia, the TRA-8H. Trashy airplane, returning from Barcelona. Flight 5132, 737-800. Hey! The chimney smoke scale is wavy. Interesting. First up, Transavia. After that, an EasyJet arriving from Geneva. That is an A320 turning in, should appear from the left at some point. There it is already. And Iceland Air is already in the distance. Nice 3 airplane combo shot here. The bottom airplane is the last airplane of the 3. Iceland Air Flight 500 arriving from Reykjavik. Quite a lot of exhaust fumes here today, isn't there? Aren't there? Bit stenchy. Trash coming in first, EasyJet arriving from Geneva next. Iceland Air arriving from Reykjavik after that.
It's gonna get even more smelly.
Huh?
It's gonna get even more smelly with the trash coming.
Oh yeah, when the trash is coming, it's going to smell even more. Spiderweb wires all over. Where do they come from? Because I don't see the spiders. But
Two spiders flying on me.
like spiderweb wires everywhere between my camera, my mic, the phone, the tripod. It's like it's spring again. No, yay. Slowly getting mummified, surrounded with spiderweb wires. Not just me, but also all the equipment. Alrighty. Wolfgang says, fun fact, the NBA A380 is the A6EOD explosive ordnance disposal. You think it was specifically chosen to defuse the slam dunk? Wouldn't be surprised if they did give some additional thought about it. Alrighty, here we go. Iceland Air Flight 500 767-300 arriving from Reykjavik in Iceland. 2 hours and 41 minutes on the way. It's the TFISN. Another airplane in the background turning in. The 767 is 24 years old. First flight August 2000. The airplane turning in is the third airplane to arrive. Second one is already visible. The second airplane is an E2 Embraer 195 arriving from Aberdeen. The third airplane that we saw turn in the background is Transavia arriving from Kos in Greece. Iceland Air, will you use the reversers? Not a lot of airplanes that we heard today and saw that were using the reversers, so not getting too optimistic. But you never know. Also interesting how the wheels of the main gear were pointing downward forward. How the front. Did you guys notice? The main gear before touching down was like they were mounted the other way around. Front wheels were lower than the back wheels. Normally that's the other way around. Probably doesn't matter that much, but normally speaking you see it the other way around. E2 Embraer 195 up next. KLM Flight 914 arriving from Aberdeen. Transavia arriving from Kos. After that, 737 arriving from Madrid after that, and a 737 arriving from Billund after that. Horseshoe says Kos is a very nice island, nice weather as well. Schoolmate of mine, her dad is Greek, lives in Kos, so she also went there often. And you're right, from what I've seen, from what I've heard, lovely island. Narrowbodies, 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 narrowbodies. When's the first next wide body coming in? Good question. Is the A380 the first next heavy to come in the next 40 minutes? Somebody home? Hey there Rodney, good to see you again mate, hope all is well. Roy needs to run some errands, see you later mate. And thanks for joining, don't forget to enjoy the sunshine. Maybe one of the last sunny days here in the Netherlands of the year. I'm still expecting the weather forecasts to become rain anytime soon. Three airplane glide slope shot, it's all narrow bodies for the time being, and the first airplane to land is Transavia flight something. It's the TRA 834H 737-800, returning from Kos, 3 hours and 17 minutes on the way. The airplane is 7 years old, first flight March 2017. Hadi Ronald, goedemiddag. Siegfried, goedemiddag. Right, fighting the boredom here. It's 737s and narrowbodies galore once again. We're waiting until the A380 has landed. It's expected, I think, in half an hour from now. Should be entering Dutch airspace in 10 or so minutes then from now. This is KLM flight 1502 arriving from Madrid. It's a 737-800. 1 hour 55 minutes on the way. The PHB XF. She's 24. Her first flight was in May 2000. E2 Embraer 195 outbound to Copenhagen. You might have picked it up on the mic. That car is making weird noises. What a strange car making strange noises. Strange things happening here at Schiphol Airport. Flipping spiderweb wires everywhere. KLM flight 1294 arriving from Billund. Next to arrive, it is a KLM 737. It's 737-700. What? 51 minutes on the way, the PHB GM, 13 years old, first flight February 2011. K3 is broken and needs a new gearbox. That's Austrian Wolf's explanation. That makes sense. It did sound broken, didn't it? And Alvin says that's usually how fast you see Ford Rangers driving over here too. So we call it strange. Alvin calls it business as usual. Mate, isn't the Ford Ranger something for you then? Get you from A to B very quickly. So much better than having a BMW that has a defective phone charging device that only serves as a sort of heating device. Right, we have Air Baguette coming in next. Flight 1640, A320, arriving from Paris Charles de Gaulle. 44 minutes on the way. 218 nautical miles the journey thus far. It's the FHEP-D. Hepatitis D. F it. FHEP-D. Indeed. And F all HEPs. This airplane 14 years old. First flight April 2010. Getting seriously tangled in the wires here. Stupid spider web wires. Not seeing the spiders producing them, but the wires are everywhere. Flipping annoying. Mic 2. If this is global warming, I don't want it. Please give me some more freezing cold, so that those spiders freeze to death. That's what they deserve. If they're attacking me, trying to mummify me, it's war. Flying flight 1377 coming in from Alicante is the next airplane to approach. It is 2 hours and 24 minutes on the way so far. 13-year-old airplane, first flight March 2011. Fireworks being set off further to the north. That is the bird controller that was in a hurry just now. Who is still over there? Now yesterday standing here we saw a significant carcass being cleaned from the runway. Missed the bird strike itself, but there definitely was a bird hit. A bird was hit. Hey! Capitano Wheelie from Vueling. Also joining in the wheelie competition that seems to have begun today. Wheelie competition season underway. Meanwhile, Roadhog back in the chat and coming in with a celebration. 13 months of membership. Good afternoon, my lovely airheads, he says. Roadhog, good afternoon to you too, mate. Thank you so much for your continued support. Hope all is still well in the lounge. I think we have a wire over here, yeah. They're even over here. There we go. Also, Graham, good afternoon. And all others who have joined and haven't left yet. It's a bit boring here. We're waiting for the A380, which is also not going to land on this runway, so surprised that 500 people are still around. We have two Embraer 175s coming in, we have a Max 9 coming in. It is narrow bodies, narrow bodies, narrow bodies for the time being. The A380 is expected in 20 minutes. It is expected to land at runway center, which we luckily can see decently from over here. This is KLM flight 1414 arriving from Rennes. The Bob is also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Short stay for you today. And Art, goedemiddag. Good to see you again. Now, everybody's coming in. Let's have a quick look. Where is the Emirates A380 at the moment? We can see it is approaching Dutch airspace. So, okay. Expected in half an hour from now. Embraer 175 coming in from Kristiansand, that is KLM flight 1186. 1 hour and 5 minutes underway. The airplane is 7 years old, its first flight was in February 2017. The airplane behind it, that is a Corendon Max 9 arriving from Antalya. Next up, Corendon Max 9 arriving from Antalya, 3 hours and 29 minutes underway. The PHCDQ, the airplane is a year old, first flight October 2023. Ryanair arriving from Dublin coming in next. Transavia arriving from Kos once again. Nobody is arriving from everywhere. Where are the heavies? Right, so the heavies are arriving to center, Saudia and Emirates. That's it. Well, thought that Polderbaan arrivals were always a bit more active, but it's all narrow bodies once again. It's a good thing that Polderbaan is going to close pretty soon. I think every other location than Polderbaan is more exciting than this one. Looking forward to that. pleasant surprise. One of the airplanes using the reversers. What? Right. Ryanair should be next. It is still further away, turning in. Somewhere in the distance. I think this is it. Yeah, that's Ryanair. That's the next airplane. Flight 3006 arriving from Dublin, Ireland. Horseshoe has to go. See you later, mate. Wolfgang asks if you can see until Alkmaar. Not sure that we can. We have more high clouds in the distance towards the north. Any traffic passing overhead. It's probably going to look like a few pixels when they're passing overhead Alkmaar. Yeah, I'm not sure that we can see anything of it. First it needs to produce a counter, otherwise I'm unable to see it regardless of where it is flying. Unless it is directly overhead. If it's flying in the vicinity of Alkmaar, it better produce a big fat contrail, otherwise it will be impossible to see from over here. Not sure that the clouds, I think that the clouds are too far to the north. I think anything passing overhead Alkmaar is probably going to fly in the midst of these high clouds that you see. Hey Story Studio, good afternoon. Hey there Efrasio. Right, well, still 500 of you are watching. Don't know why. I find this very tedious, waiting for the A380 with nothing but narrow bodies once every 5 minutes. P3 has grown into becoming my favorite location as of recently, even though it is a bit more of a hassle to get there. Looking forward to set up camp there more regularly in the upcoming months, particularly if the weather is getting worse. Thought it would be a good idea before the closure of the temporary closure of the Polderbaan to go here. Plus I also am strapped for time today with the birthday party that I need to go to later in the afternoon. Not sure what tomorrow will bring. So we have Ryanair flight 3006 in the foreground, and in the top left we have EasyJet flight 23853 arriving from Milan. That's an A319. Engineer on board Christos says hello from Zurich. Goedemiddag. Tuning in from Zurich. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Ryanair, the pilots often use the reversers. Maybe we'll get a pleasant surprise like the Corendon Max 9 just now. So GE90 is being started on the main platform area. Yeah. No. Bastards. That is just teasing. That is just teasing. Hey, Diana is back. TV still on YouTube. Excellent. Beautiful weather here. So beautiful that even the spiders of Polderbaan have come out to mummify yours truly. Let's take a sip of vodka. Oh yeah, daylight saving time will end coming tonight, indeed, Frank. That does mean that the streams will switch an hour forward or backward. I'm not sure. Over here, yeah, probably an hour later, right?
Yeah.
If it is 3 o'clock, it will become 2 o'clock again, which means that what used to be 3 o'clock will now come an hour later. Yeah, so as of tomorrow, the streams will be an hour later, if you're not living in Europe, and are going to the regular time and not daylight saving time. Spiders, Mirza says, those are just Halloween decorations. Well, that's definitely true. Very apt for the time of year. Just a little bit annoying if you try to film when there's constantly wires in front of your camera, in front of your glasses, tickling your nose because they're blowing in the wind. Anja has to go. Tom says that the US will change next week, so only a temporary moment. KC Koen says, dang it, that means my night shift will be an hour longer. Oops, you're properly screwed then, agreeing to that. Hopefully you'll also get compensated for an additional hour. Now looking to the north, the only thing I can see is a contrail that is undoubtedly not above what's it called? Alkmaar. This is Cathay Pacific. I think it's an A350-1000, or do they also have 900s? It's Cathay, it looks like an A350. Probably the 1000 then. It's another 737. Wow, there you go. So special indeed. Hey, that is indeed right, Jindorsek. It means we get more chance at A380 landings at Polderbaan. That's true. That's true. Yeah, Dubai doesn't have daylight savings time. It's the same time all year round. So it means that the A380 is going to come in an hour earlier than what used to be the case. So it probably means that we are going to see it more often than not. Dare I say it. A350-900 Manchester to Hong Kong. It was a 350-900. .737 coming in, and something similar going out. Or is it? No, it's not exactly the same. It is an Embraer 190 to Billund. But it is all KLM narrowbodies, and parallel arrivals have also begun. First airplane to the center runway is approaching. KLM Flight 1932, arriving from Geneva. Here's the first airplane to the center. Parallel arrivals have begun. Okay, the A380 is now over Lelystad, so the end is near. It's all narrow bodies, it's all narrow bodies. All the narrow bodies there are returning. All narrow bodies in Europe coming to Narrow Bodies Fest 2024. Heavies that have been on a diet. Well, the heavies shouldn't have gone on a diet then. I think I liked them better when they were heavy.
Does it also mean that I don't have to be on a diet?
No, it doesn't mean that you have to also be on a diet.
Not fair.
Nobody is making you go on a diet, you know that. Transavia flight 5954 coming in. And a pair of Embraer 175s next to both runways. More Embraers. And more Embraers. And if you like them, here we have another Embraer. Although behind the Embraers we have two consecutive Vuelings coming in. That's an A320 regular coming in first and an A320 Neo coming in as now number 3. The A320 Neo in the bottom at the 7 o'clock of the number 2. There I found one of those stupid small spiders. There's still webbing here. Quite annoying.
They're just networking.
They're networking. Ah. Did you sleep in or something? So walk. Walk with the jocks. Now, let's see. Emirates A380 is approaching Purmerend, and there already is the Saudia A3 Dreamliner, arrival from Jeddah. Ordinarily that should be in the vicinity of the scale of chimney smoke. Yeah, there it is. Oh, that's the Emirates A380 already. Right, there you go. Even before approaching mainland North Holland, we can already see it. Wolfgang asks, is Lisa sleeping? So quiet. Well, she's sitting here in the sunshine, enjoying everything. I like it when the ground crew is quiet, shuts up, minds their own business. Yeah, you've been properly trained. You'll get a cookie soon. Now this is 400 times digital zoom, magnifying pixels, but it is the Emirates A380 coming this way, flight 147, arriving from Dubai, flying north of Permanent. Pixel King in Dijen Rosek. That's me. Frank says Lisa is already pissed from all that vodka. Lisa can hold her liquor. I think he is calling you a drunkard. Yeah. Me? No, nobody would ever dare to do that. Ooh. Technically speaking. Oh dear, little boy very sad that the A380 is going to Polderbaan. Now if you want to prevent mishaps like that, have a look at Bezoek Bus, where you can see the expected runway use. And if you check the ETA of the A380 and you know it's between 1 and 2 o'clock, you'll know that when the wind is blowing from the south, the center is the secondary runway to be used for arrivals, that it's going to land on the secondary runway. No, Lofax, that's not Lisa who is yelling kutzooi, that's the little boy over here. Not on camera. No, that's a little boy over here on the cycling path right next to me. Yeah, you do sound like a child, but your voice does sound a bit different. Meanwhile, it has been flying for a while now. It's established on the localizer and on the glide slope of 18 center. Emirates flight 147, arriving from Dubai. The gear is extending. Let's blow up the pixels a bit more, just for the occasion. Outer main gear first deploying, then the inner main gear, and in the meantime the nose gear also. Yes, there it is. Right, number 8 on flight radar, tracked by 452 people. This is Emirates flight 147. Flight time 6 hours and 55 minutes. Happy New Year in the meantime. Fireworks being set off. Also a quick peek at the Saudia that is passing by. Saudia Dreamliner in the new standard livery, with the stripes looking very elegantly. Would be nicer though if the stripes were at the level of the lights, I think. Now back to the camera for Emirates flight 147. Here it is. As I was saying, it is underway now for 6 hours and 55 minutes. Happy New Year in the meantime. This is the A380, 12 years old, first flight August 2012.
Zie je dat wel? Kijk, door het vuur. Dan is dat gewoon
Ah, the realization. Now the wind is blowing favorably, or the lack of wind is blowing favorably, so that we should, on paper, hear the reversers being applied on the center runway quite nicely. This is going to be the last airplane of the day. I'm going to go ahead and thank you guys already for joining me here today. I had a wonderful time here in the sunshine, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I have. Even though I have been bitching and complaining the last hour because it's just narrow bodies. But that's just me. I just need to go back to P3, but not today. Big thank you to everybody who supported the channel by liking the stream, and if you haven't done it already but you have enjoyed the stream, consider leaving a like. It really helps to promote this content to people like yourselves who are into streams such as these but who haven't come across the channel yet. Subscribe if you want to stay informed of upcoming live streams in the future. Massive big thank you to the moderators for keeping the chat friendly and accessible to all once again. A massive big thank you to everybody who contributed in other forms by PayPal donations, gifted memberships, becoming a member yourself and whatnot. This is your channel. You guys make this channel great. Thank you all so much for joining me here. Let's look and listen. There you go. Right. That was it. Thank you all so much for joining me here. Lastly, also a big thank you to Lisa for joining me here today as ground crew. Also Jendrosik and Lorenzo who have left already, but thank you so much for joining me here. And also a big thank you to you all for watching. See you all in the next one. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.